tropical, heady, exotic Durban. Durban is home to the largest Indian population of any city in the world outside Asia. So I'm here to find out if their food is any different to the Indian food that I know. High up on the east coast, Durban is famous for being one of the largest and busiest ports in South Africa. It is also South Africa's subtropical beach getaway. With its hot, humid summers, mild, dry winters, and miles and miles of golden sandy beaches, it is a major tourist destination all year round. Durban has a total population of 3.5 million people, and 1/3 of them are of Indian origin. Most Indians in Durban are descendants of colonial Indians who arrived in South Africa from 1860 onwards to work as labourers in the sugarcane fields. I know I'll feel at home here in Durban. One thing is for sure, there's no shortage of Indian dishes to discover, and I've got the perfect guide and host, one of the best cooks in town, Dina Naidu.
Welcome to sunny Durban.
Okay, I know, it's unbelievable.
Risa, I've got a bag full of surprises for you.
All right.
One of them being the traditional Zulu ride on a rickshaw.
Oh, a Zulu ride. Durban's colourful rickshaw pullers have been a popular feature of the city since the 1890s, and the costumes of the Zulus who pull them have become more elaborate over the years. The Zulu are the largest South African ethnic group, with an estimated 10 to 11 million people living mainly in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We're heading along the beachfront, and our destination is North Beach for one of Durban's famous annual events, the Sardine Run. The Sardine Run is a spectacle in itself. Every year between May and July, billions of sardines leave the cold Atlantic Oceans off Cape Point and travel north in a massive shoal along the east coast of South Africa. You could say it's one of the greatest shoals on earth. As the sardines swim close to the shoreline, the Sardine Run usually causes a free-for-all fishing frenzy, and everyone flocks to the Durban beachfront with a net. Now, this is something I'm definitely keen to see.
Let's go down to the beach and see whether we can check those sardines being netted and brought onto shore.
This year's Sardine Run hasn't been very dramatic or plentiful, but at least someone's got lucky.
We are so fortunate to get some sardines.
I know, it's fantastic.
In fact, they're just out of the sea literally 2 minutes ago, Risa. So they're still jumping about. We didn't get so much of them that we normally do. This was a very small net. So they brought in about 2 or 3 crates.
Oh, there's more to come out.
There's more to come out once the tide comes in and they've got a spot in.
Before we cook these sardines, it's off to a sheltered spot to clean them.
I love your way of comfort, actually. We improvise.
Yes, we have to. Well, we are, after all, under a pier.
And we're back to basics.
Let's get some waves here. There we go. No, doesn't that look lovely?
That's lovely. And then,
just straight through, yeah.
In one perfect motion. That's lovely.
There we go.
Now it's just finger work.
Let's just get rid of all the gills. And there we have a nice, clean-looking sardine.
Ready for the pan. Yeah.
From sea to table. So how many have we got?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th one. I think 6 is a good number.
6, yeah. Time to get cooking, and where better than here, right on the beach.
With some fresh lemon juice, Risa, we're going to marinate this fish for a little while, and we're going to spice it up, and we're going to have the fish as fresh as you can ever get it. A bit of salt, some fish spice.
And what's the fish spice consisting of?
There's a whole mixture of spices in the fish spice with parsley, dry garlic, a bit of thyme, a bit of chili powder. The chili powder adds color as well as a bit of kick. I'm just going to put a bit of oil. Okay. It always helps with a bit of oil when you're marinating fish. And this is when we get our hands dirty.
Love it.
And just massage all that beautiful spices into this fresh fish that we have. Did I hear your taste buds salivate there, Risa, already?
I just love it because it's so fresh.
You'd notice there are some fine bones here. By us deep frying it until crisp, those fine soft bones become so crispy that
it becomes part of the fish itself, and it is easy to eat. Actually.
Absolutely easier to eat, and it adds to the texture. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for about 25 minutes, and we will be ready.
While the sardines are marinating, I had time for a paddle and a spot of dancing. That's looking good.
Beautiful.
Can't wait to tuck into it.
It's always good to squeeze the lemon on immediately.
The acid also cuts into the oiliness of the fish, so it's really good.
And we're ready to go.
Squeeze some lemon on.
So tastes yummy.
And the simplest of dishes tasted even better in this delightful beach setting.
The spices don't overpower the fish, so it's still got the natural flavors. Lemon juice actually lifts the flavor.
It does. Good, and it's so fresh. This is really good.
Bones and everything else.
Adina has made a fabulous dish with his sardines, but you know what? I'm going to rustle up my own resin magic in the kitchen. My chili-encrusted sardines with beetroot salad. Sardines are on the menu. You can use mackerel or herring because they're oily fishes. For the marinade, I have some turmeric, chili powder, I have some garlic, I have some ginger, and some lime juice. Now that's going to be the first marinade. This is going to be our chili crust, which has got cumin, coriander, a couple of whole green chilies, and 4 chilies which have been de-seeded. In this bowl, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of chili powder, about a tablespoon of ginger, and about a nice teaspoon of garlic and some lime juice. Not to forget, there's going to be some salt. And we can just brush this marinade together. And we're going to allow this to marinate for about half an hour for the fish to really sort of take in all these flavors. So I'm going to put this to one side. Now to make the chili paste. Got my pestle and mortar. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon of each of the spices, a couple of whole green chilies, and some de-seeded chilies. Now, I'm going to put a bit of salt to this because I want to activate these ingredients so that they can grind really nicely. You can see how that's really grinding to a lovely paste. You see, there's a lovely chili crust right here. Next, I'm going to make a beetroot salad. I have some beetroot, onions, radishes, chives, mint, coriander, and a dressing which is made with rapeseed oil infused with lemongrass. Now the beetroot salad is sweet, it's earthy, so it's going to cut into the oiliness of the fish. These beetroots have been roasted for 40 minutes at 200 degrees centigrade, and they've been cut into wedges. I'm going to now add onions to this. These are red pink onions, which give a bit of crunch, and there's some lovely slivers of radishes. It's got the lovely sweetness of the beetroot contrasted with the piquancy of the onions and the peppery radish. So it's a lovely combination. So next, I'm going to toss in some mint leaves, some coriander, and then finally some chives. Now, my sardines have been marinating for half an hour, and I'm going to start putting my paste. And we're going to put that over the sardines. Lovely. Now we're going to let that sizzle rather beautifully. And now we're going to fry. So I'm going to turn the fish, look at that. Beautifully cooked from that side. And then it goes back onto the fire for another 1.5 minutes. Okay, now I think these are ready. The smell of the chilies Absolutely glorious. I'm going to let those drain for a moment. Now, let's dress the salad. Now, this has got rapeseed oil, which has been heated up with some lemongrass. I then heated it up again and then tempered my mustard seeds, and then I made a dressing with some lime, sugar, and the rapeseed oil. Give that a nice toss and a stir. I think these are ready. Look at this. I'll put some of this lovely salad just to one side. My chili-encrusted sardines with beetroot salad. Let's tuck in. In some inexplicable way, the beetroot and the fish really works together. It's that lovely sweetness of the beetroot, which is earthy, with the lovely tones of pepper and the onions seem to cut through the spiciness of the sardines. I think this is definitely a dish suitable for chili lovers everywhere.